excited to share with you my favorite seaweed salad recipe. If you don't know the joys of seaweed, I'm going to introduce you to them. Seaweed salad is a perfect recipe. Why? First of all, seaweed is what we call a medicinal food. It's not only nourishing, rich in iodine, which, as we know, is good for the thyroid, especially if we have hypothyroid. It's rich in minerals, rich in those delicious minerals from the sea. It's easy to digest. It also helps you detoxify from heavy metals. Now, this actual recipe also includes delicious sensory experiences because it has the three components we're after in any recipe. Not only is it good for us, it's sensory, and you'll see all of these delicious, chewy, crunchy vegetables. And in the preparation process, we enter into a mindfulness state. Rather than thinking about this as a lot of work, which it's not, think about it as a meditation. Every soaking of the seaweed, every chopping of the vegetable is a way that I relax in the afternoon and prepare a wonderful meal for early evening. So let's get started. It's easy peasy. What you'll see here is I have soaked the dried seaweed. Now, I've chosen arame seaweed. And the reason I've chosen it is because it's very light in taste. It's not sea smelling per se. So it's a good starter seaweed. It's very rich in minerals and it's easy to prepare. And what you see here is I have soaked the seaweed overnight, and I now end up with a wonderful seaweed liquid, and I can strain it out because I want to use just the seaweed. Here we go. And I've got this wonderful, dark, rich seaweed broth. I can add it to a soup later on in the week. I can put a teaspoon in my dog's food bowl. I can feed it to the plants, so don't let it go to waste. How are we going to put this together? It's very simple. You can see I've chopped up some cucumber. I'm going to just throw that right in. Some wonderful chopped up garlic and ginger, and we all know what garlic and ginger is good for. Good for depression, good for the liver, good for methylation, good for boosting mood and detoxification. You cannot go wrong with garlic and ginger. Use it every day if you can. Figure out those dishes. I've also got some raw broccoli florets. That's going to add a little bit of crunch. And as we know, the cruciferous vegetables are very powerful antioxidants and anti-carcinogens. Now, I always love a little color and sensory awareness, so I've got some red peppers and some chopped pea pods, which add delightful chewability. Now, if you're sensitive, as we've discussed, to nightshades, just pass on the peppers. The joy of this recipe is that you can really mix and match in whatever way you wish. I'm going to start getting this mixed up right now, and look how beautiful it's starting to look. I've got some green onions chopped, and I'm going to actually jump to the carrots. Another color experience of the rainbow blueprint. And I'm going to add, now here, I've put together cilantro, Chinese parsley, and Italian parsley. If you like both, use them both as I do. Use one or the other. Throw those in. Remember, these wonderful leafy greens, particularly the bitters, are very good for our liver. We are getting a whole meal here. Now, I'm going to add some fresh sprouts. You can use any kind of sprout, alfalfa, clover. I happen to find some broccoli sprouts. And while you're teaching your kids, teach them how to make sprouts. It's a great lesson in gardening and the nature of seeds and as they sprout up. I'm going to keep mixing this. And finally, I'm going to add some nuts. You can use pine nuts, walnuts, chopped almonds. This is going to give you a little bit more fat and protein. think that's enough there. I'm going to mix it well. And now, here's what really makes this salad. I've got a beautiful salad. Look at this, all these gorgeous greens. And you can see the seaweed plays its part, but it's not going to be overwhelming. You don't need a lot of seaweed to get the benefits. Now, I'm going to make the salad dressing, and you can do it either way. You can make it in advance, or you can just pour it on, which is what I'm going to do. I find the tastiest dressing is a little toasted sesame oil. Just a little bit. That'll allow me to coat everything. And whenever you add oil to a salad, you always add the oil first, and you make sure everything is coated. And you can do this, for example, if you're going to be preparing this early on, and you can get all of this made, and it's actually much better if you let it marinate overnight. And then at the final minute, you'd add your vinegar, because it's the vinegar or lemon that leads to a little bit of wilting. Now, I'm going to add some rice wine vinegar, which really makes this delicious. And remember that vinegar is very good for our mood. So we've got a lot of constituents here. They're going to put us in a good mood. And then finally, if you want, this is optional, you could add just a little touch. I like wheat-free tamari. And so just a drop or two. And well, one final thing, I love a little cayenne pepper. You know it's good for circulation. It's good for digestion. I'm going to give it just a little sprinkle. I leave it out if the kids are going to eat it, but I like a little picante in my salad. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to eat this and to share it with my crew. So there you have Japanese seaweed salad. I hope you'll enjoy it, and let me know about how you make changes in the recipe.